back and watching this one carefully. It was time for Heinonen to prove his worth. Can he clinch that championship? Can he put McKeever out of the race? Well, he's got to win this one.
Well, there we go. His big flick across the circuit, and it kind of upsets Adam Zalewski a little bit. Now he's going left standing, and Zalewski not into it, but a tag onto the wall, and a tag onto the wall once again for Lauri Heinonen. But now Zalewski shallows up the angle and finds himself into formation. He fires through the circuit. They get those inside zones, and now Zalewski onto the door of Lauri Heinonen, but he upsets his own line and has to back out of it ever so slightly. Zalewski is not going to let Heinonen win this one easily. They come through the centre of the circuit. A big transition for Heinonen on the handbrake into the outside zone nice and early. It's scrappy from Zalewski. He's wandering and wavering, but he has the proximity as they get to that final outside zone and across the line.
Be a lot more stressful for the Finnish fans than Lauri Heinonen. He's got to keep his cool. He's got to stay on the door, and he's got to get the job done. In behind Zalewski goes, and he's right there on the initiation.
Yeah, he's not going to let Zalewski get away. Zalewski gets into the outside zone. It's shallow on the angle. Now starts to work it in, and Heinonen has to deal with it. Heinonen works his way through. And Zalewski goes for a wild transition and puts the car into the wall.
I'll tell you, that car's after letting go. I think something's let go in the car. Zalewski's car has given up on the transition. Again, an official call. This will knock Dwayne McKeever out of the championship race and put Lauri Heinonen one step closer to the 2024 championship. One more battle between now and glory, and here we go.
Well, this is it. This could be the one. Lauri Heinonen fires that car from left to right. Big handbrake drag, gets on the throttle nice and early, sets himself lovely into that first outside zone. Churba hits the wall, has to correct, and now they get into it. Now they come through the middle of the circuit. A little bit of grip, a little bit more pace in these cars. Now the track is drying slightly, and look at that from Churba onto the door. A big dive across the circuit from the Lithuanian. Big angle carried by Lauri Heinonen, and he goes over the outside zone, but there's no shaking Benedictus. Churba is right with him. He tags the rear wheel, shallows up the angle once again. And he's almost straight there, is Churba, as Lauri Heinonen brings him across the line.
Between glory, from the underdog 3 years ago to now the man to beat, can he seal the deal and take the championship? Churba goes for the big dive in, and Heinonen fires in on the door, and Heinen's there. Heinonen needs to force the issue here. If he wants to be the 24 champion, he's got to take it from Churba. He can't expect it to win. And Lauri Heinonen almost goes in the wall. He avoids it. That was the moment. He got around it, and Lauri Heinonen stays in the mix and on Churba's door. Heinen's got to be careful here, as both drivers flex the wall with the rear end of the car. They transition back. Heinen's 2 corners from the championship, and he takes the risk, the champion's risk, the risk that no one else would take. Heinen's taken it, and he may just have taken the championship.
That was phenomenal. That was an insane chase, and his car has just died across the line.
Heinen's car has died. Heinen's car has died across the finish line. It cut off on the finish line.
Appeared from the back of Heinen's car, and I think the engine has just failed as he finished the run.
Wow.
Look at that.
Heinen's car has failed. The engine has failed in Heinen's car across the finish line. We may have a fire here. I'm not sure what's happening.
I think that's he said to Becky earlier on in an interview that there was water in the cylinders, which would suggest a head gasket has gone.
I mean, the tension here in Drift Masters is just unmatched anywhere in the world. The car lets go across the finish line. We've got a decision, and that decision is for the 2024 championship. Has he done it? Will he be the first Finnish champion? He will be! Lauri Heinonen is your 2024 champion.
And you can see it. It finally erupts out of him, Dave. A man that is stone cold, a man that never shows emotion. It finally erupts from him after 2 hard years of work. Lauri Heinonen becomes the 2024 Drift Masters champion.